A staple of the Nintendo handheld franchises, Pokemon was a fixture in many children's childhoods, me included. I really appreciated the game's ability to take you to another world and make you feel like you're taking the journey of a lifetime every time you opened up your Game Boy. A big reason I was able to feel this way when playing Pokemon was because of the music. I was always so fascinated with the music, the way they were able to create entire orchestral pieces with just little 8-bit music. You were able to create emotions, feelings, vibes, arena settings. It made you feel certain ways when you were fighting certain Pokemon. I was really always fascinated with this aspect. Today I want to take you down a trip down memory lane and show you my 7 favorite Pokemon tracks from Pokemon video games. Now, fair disclaimer, I grew up on the Game Boy, Game Boy SP generation of Pokemon games, so you might see a little more bias towards those games. I'm just putting it out there. But these are my 7 favorite Pokemon music orchestral pieces, and I hope you'll enjoy listening to them. Number 7 on my favorite Pokemon themes is the gym battle from Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green. Now this would be the music that would play every time you walk into a gym and face the gym leader at one of Kanto's 8 gyms, which is the region that Pokemon Leaf Green and Fire Red are both set in. I personally like this theme because it ratchets up the intensity of a battle. You're not just battling some kid on the side of the road with a Pikachu. You know you're going to be facing a really tough battle with an experienced veteran who probably has a lot of potions, antidotes, and other useful tools at their disposal, as well as some pretty powerful Pokemon. It gets you into the battle mindset, and it kind of gives you confidence that you can take them on with yourself and your own Pokemon. But either way, this theme will really get you pumped and energized for your next Pokemon battle. Let's take a listen. For number 6 of my favorite Pokemon themes, we transition to Pokemon Diamond and Pokemon Pearl, where we're going to listen to the theme where you face the Pokemon League champion, Cynthia. Now Cynthia is a dark, intimidating character who has a lot of dark and psychic type Pokemon, and this theme kind of matches that. It's dark, it's mysterious, but it also ratchets up the intensity. It becomes more frequent the longer you're in battle. It becomes more frantic, more hectic, and you get kind of intimidated as a trainer potentially. Cynthia has a lot of strong Pokemon, and if you don't defeat them early, they're going to do you and your crew in. And this song kind of reflects that urgency to take care of a lot of her important Pokemon early. I really like how it's able to play throughout a battle and keep you kind of on your toes through the battle. There's not a moment to rest. So with that being said, let's listen to this heart-thumping piece. Stepping out of the gyms and outside for some fresh air, my number 5 favorite Pokemon theme is Route 110, which can be heard in Pokemon Emerald, Sapphire, and Ruby, also known as the Hoenn region. Now when I mentioned earlier that Pokemon songs have the ability to make you feel like you're going on an adventure, this was one of the songs that made me feel that as a little kid opening up my Game Boy. You always felt like there was something new around every corner, around every bush, around every tree. I remember running into so many Pokemon, fighting so many trainers, and exploring this brand new world to this theme song. This theme song to me is synonymous with adventure, exploration, and really just what this whole series is about, from the games to the app to the series on TV, excuse me. So with that being said, take a listen and go back in memory lane to this song that takes you across the Hoenn region. Stepping back into the gyms, my number 4 favorite theme is the Hoenn Region Elite Four theme from Pokemon Sapphire, Ruby, and Emerald. Now the Elite Four are the squad of trainers you face after you beat the 8 gym leaders, and needless to say, they pack a punch. They're all very experienced trainers, have a lot of powerful Pokemon, and a lot of unique and rare attacks that was rarely seen before in the game. And this music to go along with them kind of encapsulates that. It almost feels like you're fighting in the Super Bowl of Pokemon battles. battles, because essentially that is what you're doing. It's the capping to the end of your Pokemon fighting career, essentially. So you kind of sense that urgency in this music, but you also sense just how grand this fight is, just how big it is, what it means to be the Pokemon trainer of the whole land. After you ascend these 4 people and their boss, the final Pokemon trainer you have to beat, the champion of Hoenn, this song actually becomes less intimidating and actually is a ballad of victory, so you can take it with many grains of salt. But for that reason and that reason alone, I really like this as my number 4 favorite Pokemon theme. Staying in the Hoenn region, my number 3 favorite Pokemon theme is when you take on the Weather Trio of legendary Pokemon. That is Groudon, Kyogre, and Rayquaza in Pokemon Emerald, Ruby, and Sapphire. Now this has an epic storyline with it. Apparently Groudon, a ground kind of Pokemon, and Kyogre, a sea type of Pokemon, created both the sea and the land and were the reason of the foundation of the Pokemon world. You actually have a chance to battle these epic creatures and capture them. And if you're playing on Pokemon Emerald, you have a chance to capture Rayquaza, who is a dragon that controls the sky. Now, with this, these animals are able to control the exact weather and climate of the Pokemon sphere, which gives them an absurd amount of power when they can literally control the skies and the ground. This theme helps you realize that power as you are taking them on with your Pokemon. They are extremely powerful, have very powerful moves, and can completely obliterate your Pokemon in a single second. So this theme kind of recognizes their power, kind of puts fear into you, but makes you still seem like you're on a completely epic quest and crazy journey, which you are in this sense. Let's give this a listen. My number 2 favorite Pokemon theme music can be found in a plethora of old games when you stop into Lavender Town in the Kanto region. Now Lavender Town itself is creepy as it contains the Pokemon Tower, which contains all of the dead Pokemon who have passed from trainers. Now this makes for an eerie scene itself, but when you have to go inside and actually battle these Pokemons, these spirits, these dark type and ghost type Pokemon, and their witches as trainers, it makes for a pretty eerie and pretty creepy effect. Now that being said, the theme music that supports it doesn't help the case at all. There was an urban legend going around that the song, when heard, would actually cause little kids' noses to bleed and cause irrational behavior amongst kids, and something that was known as the Lavender Town Syndrome. Apparently it was so bad that Nintendo had to change its music for the different versions of future games. Now that might be a tall tale, that might not be true, but that being said, the music does feel eerie, misty, creepy, and unnerving. Have you felt creeped out watching this? Do you feel like there's a hand on your shoulder? That's because it's been playing in the background. Let's give it a full listen. Finally, to lighten up the mood and to round off this list, my number 1 favorite Pokemon theme is played when you're on the road to Fuchsia City from Lavender Town in Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green. Now, when I talked earlier about Pokemon songs being able to make you feel like you're on a sense of adventure and you're on an epic journey every time you open up your Game Boy, this is another one of the songs that was able to do that. In fact, the reason why it's number 1 is because it had the most impact on me playing this game. When I heard this song, this made me feel like I was actually taking an epic quest with my Pokemon. And this was when your Pokemon were starting to be more powerful, you were beating people in battles, you had a few gyms under your belt, you beat some of those intimidating gym leaders, you were fully into the game and you were getting ready to start the next half of this journey. So I was able to share with a lot of other people the passion of my Pokemon career when I heard this song. I hope you're able to feel this same passion and pride towards the Pokemon franchise as you hear this theme playing in the background. Well, that about does it for my list of favorite Pokemon themes throughout the Pokemon video games. I hope this was as fun of a trip down memory lane for you as it was for me. I had a great time making this video listening to these songs. What are your favorite Pokemon game music and your memories from the games? Please comment below. Make sure you hit subscribe so you can catch all my future videos. Gotta catch them all. Thank you for watching and have a great rest of your day. Bye.